Humankind benefits from a multitude of resources and processes that are supplied by natural ecosystems. In a very simple way, ecosystem services sustain development, and development impacts on ecosystem services. So how do we value these natural gifts? The answer to this question is we don't.
We are one in that result, right? So in that, there is no such distinction as to what is a social movement or the environmental movement. Life, we cherish life, and life has a very interesting, phenomenal aspect to it. Life creates the conditions that are conducive to life. That is what life does. So at present, what we're doing is we're stealing the future, we're selling the present, and we're calling it GDP. We can just as easily have an economy that is based on healing the future instead of stealing it.
And every living system on Earth is in decline, and the decline is accelerating and very rapidly now. So, no. We look at the people and who they are and what they're doing. Then, and if you're not optimistic, then you don't have a heart. Because, and both can be true at the same time. So, if you just dwell on the data, then despair will follow soon thereafter. And if you just get involved with the people, then you may be always optimistic. But I think it's actually a combination. It's Dickensian. It's two worlds at the same time.
Between cost and price, and it's a very important distinction economically, because what we have is a low price system and a high cost system. The costs are expressed in our healthcare system, in the environment, in the loss of habitat, loss of fisheries, loss of soil, loss of water quality, and those are costs basically that are placed on other people, other generations, and they're unequally distributed. And so we have very, very expensive food in this country. It's just that the prices are cheap. And so to make that shift, from cheap food and high externalized costs, that are caused by the production of cheap food, and to make that transition, again, is what this movement is about. And eating enjoyable, pleasurable, biologically raised, sustainable food is a lot more interesting than going to the hospital. And it costs less. So what we have in this economy basically is cheapness that allows us to buy a lot and grow too fast. And that's a sure way how to kill a culture. And so less truly is more. And when food actually reflects its true costs, so forth, what happens is we become more discriminatory. We do buy locally. And the other thing that's driven low food prices is actually cheap energy.
In 1994, Ray Anderson was just another rich, successful, polluting industrialist. In 2009, he wrote Confessions of a Radical Industrialist. What happened? Paul Hawkins' Ecology of Commerce.
I came to Hawkins' central point really fairly quickly, and it was that in three parts: the living systems, the life support systems of the earth are in decline. The biosphere is in decline. This supports all of life on Earth, including us. The biggest culprit in this decline is the industrial system. It's the way we make stuff, the take, make, waste industrial system, digging up the earth, converting it to products that end up as waste in landfills or incinerators. This linear take, make, waste industrial system. That was described in my company precisely. For 21 years, I never gave a thought to what we were taking from the earth or doing to the earth in the making of our products. And then in the summer of 1994, we began to hear questions from our customers we'd never heard before. What's your company doing for the environment? And we didn't have answers. The real answer was not very much. And it really disturbed many of our people, not me so much as them. And a group in our research department decided to convene a task force and bring people from our businesses around the world to come together to assess our company's worldwide environmental position, to begin to frame answers for those customers. They asked me if I would come and speak to that group and give them a kickoff speech to launch this new task force with an environmental vision. And I didn't have an environmental vision. I did not want to make that speech. And at sort of the propitious moment, this book landed on my desk. It was Paul Hawkins' book, The Ecology of Commerce. And I began to read The Ecology of Commerce, really desperate for inspiration. And very quickly into that book, I found the phrase, the death of birth. It was E.O. Wilson's expression for species extinction, the death of birth, and it was a point of a spear into my chest. And I read on, and the spear went deeper, and it became an epiphanal experience, a total change of mindset for myself, and a change of paradigm.
The point of my story is deceptively simple. Business and industry, not just American business and industry, but global business and industry, must change their ways to survive. I founded my company Interface in 1973 to make carpet tiles in America for the emerging office of the future. It was an entrepreneurial dream, a startup from scratch, from just an idea. Today we're a billion-dollar corporation doing business in 110 countries with production on 4 continents and 6 countries. The business case for sustainability has become crystal clear to us over the 15 years that we've been in pursuit of ideal goal of zero footprint. And we've found this better way to make a bigger profit in pure business terms.
Concerns about a sustainable company revolve around money. Will it cost too much? Will it affect profits? Interface and its founder Ray Anderson are proof that success will come to those who go green.
From the day one, we were ahead of the cost curve because of the waste elimination effort. And the waste elimination today is cumulatively over $400 million. And that has more than offset everything that we spent. Sustainability has been self-funding for us.
Working for the earth and working on behalf of humanity is not a way to get rich. It's a way to be rich.
Because it's coming from an industrialist who's actually done it. A teacher, an environmentalist could say this and it would fall on deaf ears. But for someone who's actually done it, it can show the results, tangible, concrete results.